Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals, this is Paul, EastX Twitch. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we learn about a different game every Saturday of the year, except last weekend when nobody would substitute host for me. Very sad. Tonight I'm joined on mic by Brian.
Yo.
Bob Jones.
Hello.
And our favorite Russian viewer, Alex Skywalker.
Привет.
There he is. So we've got a bunch of co-hosts tonight, some people we haven't had on mic for a while. That's really good. And we are going to play Subaeria from Studio Illogica. This is on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam. Yeah, guys, I still want somebody who is very competent and good on mic who would like to substitute host for me whenever I have to take off, which is a couple times a year. So that sure would be nice.
I just need a little more warning, normally.
Okay, well, yeah, sometime that would be good.
The wedding
was beautiful. We had to drive 2 hours to Magnolia, Texas. It's north of Houston. Yeah, horrible long drive, and I worked the graveyard the night before. I worked the graveyard that night, so it was rough on me, alertness-wise. But it was beautiful. It's this place that caters to weddings and events, and so they had a beautiful chapel, and then we, a short distance away, beautiful place for the reception. Food was good, open bar, which was nice, although I couldn't take very much advantage because I had to drive home. And yeah, that was really cool. The wife, she was all right, during the event. Could have been a little nicer, but not at her meanest, so that was good. My sister actually got drunk and said something really rude, and I'm still mad at her about it.
Siblings.
The drunken comments.
Yeah, so that's a shame. And naturally, my mom, who never backs me up on anything of that nature, just did not properly handle the situation either, which is a shame, because obviously that's the kind of thing where the parent will be like, hey, you, shut up, sit down, So, no, she didn't do that. She sucks at that.
Well, her kids are fully grown. She should be like, you're grown.
No, I mean, yeah, well, for one thing. But no, parents, the matriarch of the family is still pretty important, even when you're adults, at least for conflict resolution and things like that. Somebody just asked something that I wanted to answer. Was there ice cream, is what Icky answered. There was not ice cream, but they had all these kinds of flavored popcorn. There was cookies and cream popcorn. It had little bits of Oreo in it. It was amazing.
Popcorn's becoming popular again.
Yeah,
at weddings? That's weird.
No, just in general.
It was, and it's not like the only thing. They served real food and stuff, but it was just there as the dessert, instead of ice cream.
The couple must really like popcorn, so they just wanted everybody to have some, is most likely what happened.
Cookies and cream popcorn. I mean, just look that up, guys. And I've never heard anyone say that ever. I think you're like Lenny, the only person in the world who doesn't like French fries.
Popcorn is okay. I rarely have it. It's not something that I'm like, oh yeah.
It was, and obviously they had other kinds. They had like caramel and cheese, and I think they might have had like jalapeno or something. I forget. But they had like 5 flavors, which is pretty cool. So, Subaeria, let's give this game a shot, you guys. Unlocked news. Something's already unlocked? Apps?
Wow, that was fast.
Did you link your Microsoft Movies Anywhere, Paul?
Yes, I did, and you get a free Movies Anywhere copy of X-Men Days of Future Past for that, which is rad. Like, I already own that on Amazon Video, but the Amazon one is not Movies Anywhere, apparently, so... But now I have it on Movies Anywhere.
It should be, because it's a Fox.
Yeah,
I don't
know why,
your Amazon account to Movies Anywhere?
Oh, yeah, it's linked. Yeah, so most...
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I even have isn't there a director's cut of it too, the Rogue cut? So
you should reconnect all your accounts and refresh them. That gets, if you're missing a couple movies.
Yeah, maybe that would help. But everybody, you can get a free digital copy of X-Men Days of Future Past. All you have to do is link your Microsoft account to your Movies Anywhere account, which everybody should have. So Master moves all targeted cleaners. I don't know what any of these things mean. Push. We're just going to play normally. For now. Look at the settings, general, language English, okay.
Now Microsoft just needs an Android and iOS app, and then it's good.
Good, darker player signed up for it as well. Good. So
Movies Anywhere is great.
Complete the story and you'll unlock some stuff. But for now we're going to be this girl Styx. Let's see what happens.
One of the really nice things about Movies Anywhere is you can even take expired codes and put them in.
Yeah,
and they'll usually
they
work.
like refreshed all the codes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I haven't had many that didn't work from even like a decade ago.
I've got over 100 movies in there. Just last
They
week,
probably just took a code database from each of the people.
Probably.
And then put any dates on them.
I bought some new ones recently. What did I buy? Anchorman 2, I got a code for that for $3. That was a great price.
Wow.
Yeah, and because there's this one place where this guy gets codes cheap. I think he buys them from people who don't want them or something, or like a retailer who takes the codes out or something. Like a rental place. Who knows?
Redbox
possibly,
does that,
yeah.
and Disney's mad at them for it.
But anyway, I pre-ordered Hereditary. Hereditary, the critically acclaimed horror movie that came out over the summer, and unfortunately I missed it because of my teaching classes. Anyway, that pre-ordered it for $6.79, digital copy of it. And like I'm sure it's a movie where owning the Blu-ray is worthwhile, but while funds are limited, $6.79 sounds pretty good. So I went ahead and pre-ordered that. That comes out in 2 weeks.
Nice.
I just use Voodoo's disc to digital and get stuff for like $2.
You have to actually have the disc, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. So.
There's some sort of database around if you want to use that. It still works if I remember right.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me about it sometime. Oh, Tech Guy, do you not live in the U.S.? Are you in Canada? Tech Guy might be Canadian. I think I may recall that. Yeah, my memory's not so great lately, guys. I don't sleep a whole lot.
A maple eater. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe him. Too bad Adam got so much less cool.
I have a
Otherwise, we
Maple
could be
Leafs.
teasing him.
He said he's been really busy with work lately.
Yeah, but also streaming against us. I still don't think that's cool.
Well,
He knows I wanted him to be a part of the stream, and he chooses to be a competitor instead. That's not cool. Talk to Melody.
Oh, and another thing that works for disc to digital, which is if you just find a picture of the barcode online, you can just take a picture with the mobile app and get it that way.
Nice, that's rad. So there was just a capitalization error in the text here. Indie games often have little errors like that. It's a little bit of a shame. Oh boy, I don't really like the way this game delivers tutorial information.
It looks like it's going to be one of the ones that's going to have a long one too.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of that. It looks like a twin-stick shooter, but I think there's a lot of puzzle elements.
Because when they go in super detail, it usually means the tutorial takes like at least an hour.
So I can use the right analog stick here to move this drone around. I do not know what that does, but let's find out. Move your drone around, right stick. Yeah, I got that. Use left trigger or right trigger to use app on cleaner. Alright, what does that do? Buzzsaw guy, that didn't do anything good.
Sorry, I was just testing something.
Has anyone played this?
No, I've never played this.
I haven't heard of it.
Turns out the game is
watched
too
a bunch of
complicated.
videos in the trailer and stuff.
Okay, I have to install apps.
What is going
Oh,
on?
but Master is already installed. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, okay, so I can use this to take over this robot. I don't see what that does or anything. But I can move him around. Okay. I just killed that robot. I don't know why. But hey, taking over robots is fun. Lasers damage cleaners of different color. Okay, so I take over this guy and then I make him get... That's what I was supposed to do, I think. So like here's...
Looks a little convoluted right from the start.
Yeah, a bit, but I mean, it's still pretty neat. Here's the capitalization error I mentioned. For shame. You know, I wish, like all the indie developers in the world, I wish they would just come to me and pay me like $50 to $100. And
You would be very busy, Paul.
Well, I would edit all their scripts. I would do it for a very reasonable price, like I said, 50 to 100, depending on how much text it was. I mean, if it was like an RPG, then it'd be more, but still.
Oh yeah, that would take forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you would be busy. Like, would you just stop at 40 hours, or would you just keep doing it and?
But I mean,
waking up to sleeping, just coding all day long, typing all day long.
It'd be fun and good money. Needs a tutorial on the tutorial. This character has not changed what they said, even though I accomplished the task they were talking about. So that's another little thing that should have been done differently.
They
That
could,
guy
they
is
could
apparently-
honestly, they could honestly crowdsource the work that you're mentioning, Paul, and honestly pay you with like licenses to play the game, product keys, and stuff like that.
Yeah, they also. I mean, there are places that do crowdsource proofreading and things like that. I mean, like, I don't think you'll get as good a job done that way, or it's a
Oh, no.
crapshoot. But
It's a cheap way out
Yeah.
of doing a good job, to be honest. But
So
A lot
he's
of
got some-
indies do that for their localization,
right, yep.
just because they want to do it and they don't have a whole bunch of funds to do it.
room
Yeah,
cleared.
or they have a friend who speaks Chinese or French or whatever, and it's like, oh, you are our new official translator. Womp.
Yeah, right.
Right on. Yeah.
I mean, that happens. Like,
Yeah,
they
it
do
does.
that.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
And sometimes
but,
they
yeah.
trust someone to be like a good Spanish speaker or something, and then they actually just use Google Translate to do the translation. Like, there's plenty of instances
yeah.
where people.
Oh
have
yeah,
been
there's
fooled.
plenty of games that just use Google,
Yeah.
and some of the devs that don't even speak the language say, "Yeah, I just use Google Translate to make the blah blah version."
Right,
Some
I mean-
just say it.
There's times
Wow.
when there's times when that's intentional because at least it's better than nothing. But I mean, but there's other times where they are fooled by somebody who pretends to be an
Yeah,
expert.
they lied to them.
Oh, dude, I play Overwatch sometimes in Spanish and I cannot stand it. It's like the dub voices are like people who speak English who probably did not speak Spanish as a first language are doing the voices. So it's annoying.
Yeah,
That's,
I totally.
that's pretty
understand.
bad. Jeez. Yeah.
Actually, Blizzard usually pulls the region for the voices, so that's interesting.
I actually switched it back to English because I couldn't stand it. Sorry, Russian. I speak Russian.
Taryn, that's cool, Taryn. By the way, Taryn, you're a new follower. How did you find the stream? We'd love to know more about you. Yeah, no, my specialty, guys, is taking a loosely translated script, or like for instance, like one that was translated by a Polish person who speaks English. I'll take that and turn it into natural English. Like I've done that before for software developers. And you guys know I write press releases for a Chinese company, eHome Entertainment, and I just did 2 of those this week, which I'm pretty excited about. Like I charge them. Again, I charge them a very reasonable rate, like actually less than other people who write press releases. But it's not that hard. And they've got a game coming out on Xbox One called Distrust. It's already on Steam. It's sort of a strategy game version of John Carpenter's The Thing. And
Cool.
yeah, it is a really cool game. Yeah, it's not actually, I call it a horror strategy game. It's not actually very scary. But but it's, it's a spooky setting and everything. But like, yeah, if you like the movie The Thing, the monsters are totally different, but still it is very much like The Thing because you're in an Arctic base and all that, and that was their inspiration. So really cool game that comes out on Xbox One in a while, and if you see press releases published on a website or the stories they write about it, probably will be based on my press release.
Can you kill that thing that's flopping around in the bottom right corner?
Doesn't look like it. It's just a guy clapping. I think it's just a background detail. But I don't know what I'm supposed to... I think they want me to put something in here. So let's stand on this, see what that does.
Sadly, whenever I hear The Thing, I either think of the Hand from Addams Family or the comic book character. Like, that's literally the first one of those two will be the first things that pop in my head.
That's funny. Yeah, you're right. Other things have been called that before. So we blew up the turret. We're trying to go north, so maybe I can... Yeah, I can just go north now. All right. Oh, yeah, so that's Taryn from Windows Central. Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, Paul used to stream for Windows Central.
He's watching from work. That's awesome. Yeah, we got started
Get back to work, you slacker.
almost 4 years ago, guys. We're coming up on our 4-year anniversary in October, I think. So that's going to be great. Yeah, and maybe we can do something special to celebrate. Maybe not. We'll see.
Could do another party stream like we do for the Christmas ones.
That'd be really cool. It's just so hard. Like, we can probably get prizes for Christmas. I don't know if we can get prizes twice a year, that aren't tied to streaming that individual game. That's what I'm scared about. But if people would just come on a Saturday, even if we had no prizes or barely any prizes, then we could do that, and that would be a lot of fun.
We could do a VLAN, like maybe have...
What's that?
Your
VLAN,
mic's
a
getting
virtual
really quiet.
LAN
there,
party.
Alejandro.
A virtual. Well, I mean, when
Virtual LAN party.
we've got a few games that are similar to the Jackbox games. Like it'd be a good time for us to show off Oh Sir, the Hollywood Roast, or whatever those games are.
I feel like
there's a
Overcooked
few
would be a
others.
good one for this year too.
Oh, that is a great party game. What's this thing up here? Let's go get it.
Yeah. And since the second one has online play, you can play with stream people too.
So I just got a new app for my little robot thing. It looks like it's
That
the
looks
same
like a
one I-
mushroom from Mario.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
It's like, did you get taller?
Thank you, Taryn. Yeah, actually, guys, like as much as I liked being a journalist for Windows Central, it was holding me back. Like, I make literally twice as much just as a brand new teacher, and it was a rough summer of having to go through those classes and take all those exams, but it's much better for my life. I'm treated with respect. Windows Central, even though I gave them so many hours of my life, I gave them 7 years and did so many things for them and helped get their name out there, etc. Gave them top quality work. Like I was, arguably their best games writer. I sure think I was. Although Jez is a good writer too. But, too positive on.
I was
some
mad
things.
because they never put your name in the surveys. I was like, "Where's Paul's name? He's never here."
Yeah, that was lame sometimes. It just depended on who was the editor at the time and things like that. Like Daniel, when he was running the site, he was better to me than any of the other two guys who came after, especially the crappy guy who got rid of me. But yeah, that place was holding me back. Like they did not appreciate what I did for them, and I could have done a lot more for them too if they ever would have made me full time, but they just wouldn't. So I should have left a long time ago. So, but hey, I did love the traveling. Yeah, Jono, that's very true. Like Jez is full time, so he has the time to write some good stuff. And
No, they've toned down the gaming on Windows Central for sure.
yeah, and again, that's all because of the bosses.
It's mostly only the big Microsoft titles now, like Halo
No.
and Gears of War.
Yeah, and
But those only
partially
come out every couple years.
that's viewers
so-
and readers'
Mhm.
fault. I mean, it's not just the articles for the indie coverage was not getting the hits it deserved because there's so many people, even some of our viewers probably, who wouldn't read the articles about indie stuff. So like there's just this groupthink where people only care about AAA games, and it's like a really hard thing for a site to overcome. And so that was our challenge at Windows Central.
It was a lot of fun while it lasted, but I want you to think that you're now doing something for the greater good because education is a very noble cause.
Oh
Hey, that's true.
Good.
Thank you.
To help the small peoples.
Yeah, and I met all you guys because of working at Windows Central, either while I was there or because I still stream, which Windows Central got me started doing. And so I'm happy. It brought a lot of good things into my life, even if it held, financially I was busy all the time and I was never making a fair wage, and that part really sucked.
Yeah, that really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you come across these apps that you can install, but that part, maybe because I'm streaming and talking, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, so that's confusing.
It's how you upgrade your floating Roomba.
Yeah. Cleaners came out of nowhere and cleansed the whole family, so those cleaner robots are murdering
Oh, lovely. Lovely.
because the family was found guilty of thievery. I guess this motivates. So a little bit of a heavy-handed storytelling, but an interesting concept.
I don't know. The average home living of people in this game doesn't look so great so far.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
really
it kind of
does.
looks like they live in a shanty town.
Yes, it totally does. And yeah, you're right, guys. Indie games to me are way more fun and interesting. Like, there's AAA games I get excited about, and we all do. But like
Well, yeah.
AAA games,
It's there's all some franchise you like.
yeah. But gamers should mix indie games into their life. When you're only ever buying or excited about indie games, that is really holding back your the experiences you get. It's a
Also,
shame.
don't just buy one game a year and play it all year long. Don't do that either.
Well, I mean, heck, if you like the game enough, then
Yeah,
that's
but you
not
could at
a
crime. Play a
crime.
couple more, when
Yeah.
you take a break.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
get get a Game Pass for the Xbox. I mean,
That is, yeah, if you're an
Mm-hmm.
Xbox gamer, which most of our viewers are, then Game Pass is a super good way to just play a whole
Like
ton
they
of
added an
stuff.
indie game to Game Pass, that Graveyard one.
Graveyard Keeper, and that game looks so cool. I'm actually really excited for it, even though I haven't had time to play it yet. But it's supposedly like Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley, but in a graveyard, with graveyard things. So that sounds really cool.
Dead bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a book, one of my favorite books by Neil Gaiman is called The Graveyard Book, and it's like the Jungle Book, but set in a graveyard with vampires and ghouls and werewolves and stuff.
Cool.
That book is great.
So a person whose parents die or get separated from
Yeah.
them, and he's raised by a pack of werewolves.
They're cruelly murdered, and he's raised by ghosts, but there's other kinds of beings in the graveyard as well. Yeah, and I mean, like, it's tragic the way his family is killed. But the same thing with Jungle Book. His family was killed by tigers, I think. Yeah. So, but if you like Jungle Book, even if you don't, Graveyard Book is an excellent book, and it's an easy read. So highly recommend it.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I hope to eventually be teaching that in my class, because I'm so lucky. My school gives me the flexibility to choose what books we learn about, as long as we're learning the same content as the other teachers, like, English
You have to make sure they're all
concepts.
coherent. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so if everybody's learning about irony, then I got to be teaching irony too. But I can change the books. I don't have to use what they use, which is exciting, but that's also very time-consuming, creating lesson plans 100%.
Or
from
if you
scratch.
pick some book everybody's outraged about.
That wouldn't be
Oh,
good.
boy.
Yeah, but Graveyard Book is child appropriate, but still interesting for adults. Trust me.
Just no Twilight.
No, don't teach them Twilight.
Oh man, that would be the punishment.
Don't you do
Like,
that, Paul.
If
that would be
you're-
the bad example.
Don't be
Yeah.
that guy.
the bad kid has to read Twilight. Everybody else gets to read something fun.
No, 'cause then the bad kid might like it, and then you
Oh.
ruin their lives.
Oh god. People who
Right.
people who honestly like Twilight are they're punishing themselves. So it's masochism. All right, man. I don't know what I'm
Well,
supposed
there's
to do.
a lot of people that like it, though.
I have one. I know, but again, if you think critically, I don't see how you can like it because it is very, very stupid and wrong-headed. So I don't know. But no offense to any of you if you do like it.
Oh,
Heck.
I totally feel offended if someone likes that.
Yeah. No, I mean that's like there's people who would think I'm a dork for what I like, and I'm not gonna, and I wouldn't want them to judge me too harshly based on what I like. So yes, I have to understand people can like things that I know are intellectually not good or bad for them in some way, but I can't judge them too harshly either.
Oh, more games will be like Games Anywhere. Microsoft wants to push that service because it helps them with you can play our games anywhere. So we can tie into crossplay, which everybody loves.
It
Bash
helps
on
get
Sony.
PC players to use their store.
Mhm.
Because if you're doing Play Anywhere, it's you have to use their store to download it, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, but the people that would download it on Xbox anyways now have this PC version, maybe be inclined to try it out.
That's true.
There's some performance issues with UWP games. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, because UWP is it has its limitations.
Yeah, hopefully they work on that, because that's kind of how I want to play Forza Horizon 4, but hopefully they fix it.
Oh,
Well, they're
boy,
more
this-
inclined with their big first-party titles. So,
I can flip some things over with this.
like Halo Infinite's going to be that.
That'll be neat.
There might be a switch to turn that into blue.
What do you mean by time splitters, guy?
Yeah, there's a switch in the top right corner. Yeah,
Just
somebody
trying to get
bought
over
the
there.
Time Splitters dev studio.
Yeah, wasn't it THQ that bought it, or was it somebody else? Nordic, I think, which is THQ's owner.
Nordic is THQ, yeah, they bought that studio. They actually changed the name of it. Now it's Nordic THQ.
Ah.
Yeah,
neat.
they did one of the combo names
Okay.
because they bought it for the name too. So because it was a popular studio.
Ooh, wow.
Lightspeed Halo alt guy. Are you saying that Lightspeed Halo is somebody's alt, or he has an alt? No. Oh, Crytek. Yeah. What are you guys talking about? Don't make me doubt Lightspeed Halo. He's one of our longtime viewers.
I think they're saying he's
a
got
very
like
dubious fellow.
yeah, like Microsoft's studio buying happy right now.
That's good. They were severely lacking. That's
true,
one
yeah.
area where Sony was kicking their butts quite strongly.
Now,
Hey, I
now
won.
everybody's teaming up on Sony for crossplay because Bethesda's mad at them too for it.
Oh yeah, Bethesda said they're not going to publish their new Elder Scrolls card game
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not.
on
They're gonna
PS4 at all.
any new game they don't have an agreement with already. They're not gonna have.
Way to go, winners.
Yay.
I don't know what to do. This, I wasn't. Yeah, I
Can
didn't
you get
absorb
that
the
suitcase?
tutorial stuff enough.
Oh no, that's health.
Can move this guy around. This cleaner robot. You can't make him do anything other than just walk around. So that's a tricky thing.
What about the yellow one that's walking around the edge?
Yeah, I think when I'm over there I can, but there's nothing to make him run into. Like you have to make him do something. That's the hard part. I think I can jump over these guys. Yep. Oh, but they're.
You could make them come inside and maybe hit the wall.
If there was, is there anything for this guy to run into? Nope. I can flip things over with the left trigger.
Yeah, it all depends, Lightspeed, whether or not those studios had something in the works when Microsoft bought them.
Processor required.
Yeah, if they did, and then Microsoft gets to say if they cancel it or keep working on it, or change.
Or if they continue porting it to a competitor's platform.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Microsoft did choose to keep Minecraft on competing platforms. Which
Oh yeah,
is-
because it was already on a bunch of stuff. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they want it to keep being a worldwide phenomenon, so they don't want it to be restricted to any one.
yeah, that's why they've spent so much money on it. They want it to be a staple.
I don't even know how to get back out of here.
Can you jump on them? I don't know if I've seen you jump on
They
them.
have big red buttons on the top.
Yeah.
Kind
Oh,
of makes
God.
me think you can jump on them.
Okay, I'm on top of one. Oh look! Ah, God, that wasn't wise of me.
Ride it like a Roomba.
Yeah, I'm on top of one right now.
So it's just a siren, not a button.
It looks like a button.
Yeah, it looks like a button.
Oh,
See,
God.
there's
Ah,
a little hint.
Oh, you mean scale down, Dickie? Yeah, I don't know if they're
Platinum wasn't happy with it. Microsoft and Platinum were fighting over what it was for some reason.
yeah.
Well,
it's a shame.
Microsoft saw the early development version of it and killed it. So apparently they weren't happy with what Platinum was doing.
I thought what they showed at E3 looked good, but some people didn't. But it
Who
is
knows
too
if
bad.
that was actual gameplay though? That could have just been a trailer whipped up by a third-party studio.
No, they had a demo at one of the
Oh, they
conferences.
did. Okay.
Yeah.
That's true, Platinum.
And a lot of the press people that played it were like, it's kind of meh. They didn't dislike it. They just thought it was kind of bland.
Oh,
So-
maybe that's why they killed it. Maybe.
Yeah, but it was also early development, but it also had already been canceled and moved a bunch already too.
Maybe it was just a formula that they couldn't figure
Get it to
out.
work.
Ah!
Yeah.
I just got hit.
There you go.
I got out of where I was stuck, so that part's good.
But this is where you started.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're coming back.
Maybe I can jump across here. Yeah.
Yeah, see.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this, but there's an item over there. There's a big scary robot. I can't do much about him.
Get you. I think you'll need that purple thing, and you should probably get the health.
Yeah,
too.
the health too.
Can you jump on that one, maybe?
Oh God, don't kill me. All right, I
doesn't
got the
have anything on top
processor.
of
That's
him.
what I needed. Yeah, I need to get that little purple item. Good, got it. Okay, if I can get out of here safely, I will be doing all right. I did, yes. Okay, now I can go back and put the processor in.
Yeah, Recore was actually a really good game, but it did need more development time.
Ow.
And
Ow.
now if you play it, it's a really good game.
Yeah,
'Cause they
that's.
kept developing it.
Yeah, which is
They basically decided to release it early, which is why they also lowered the price.
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Well, they just it wasn't wise the way they did it, but yeah.
I didn't think it was as long as it could have been. It could have definitely had more content.
Yeah, it felt like they padded it out, and they needed to actually make some more game there.
All right, I got rid of those annoying robots. That's good. Did people say anything different? Probably not, knowing this game.
Delisting Forza Horizon 2? That doesn't make sense. They just gave it
No.
away as games with gold last month.
Oh, it may be. You know what? It could be because of the music rights.
It's
Those
probably
music rights are
music,
not
music
forever.
rights for
Oh.
the last 10 years for the consoles.
Okay.
So that's probably why they gave it away too.
Yeah, and the
be.
DLC they didn't just give away, but it was on sale.
Yeah, if you want to download it now.
Yeah, and Forza Horizon 2 is an excellent game. I highly recommend it. It's better just to start on 3, but if you,
Keep in mind, when they delist a game, they don't delete it.
No.
Very
You
true.
can still download it if you own it or if you have the disc. So
That's
it
Don't
doesn't
feel that you
stop
have to
physicals or
download it.
anything
Yeah, it
because
doesn't-
of that's just the consumer laws. Because you purchased it, they can't take it away from you.
Yep. So did you figure this area out?
yeah.
Even
it is.
though a lot
Yeah,
of the
looks like
source
you did.
licensing agreements say they can, if they really tried to do that with a big game,
They
they'd
get
cause-
sued.
Yeah.
They get sued so badly.
Like say they delisted the Halo Master Collection and took it away from everybody.
I doubt they will for Game Pass.
How?
Missed by that much. So if you really, really want to keep the game, you should probably buy it.
There is talk of Microsoft wanting to put all their first parties on Game Pass right away.
Oh, they are.
Have they started that?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
See, when Gears and Halo hit, that's what will
Yeah,
tell you.
Game Pass is a tremendous value. I actually think all of you guys who like to play a lot of games should just get it. Like, I don't need it because I get most games for free already. But yeah, like, I would get it if I was a consumer. It's worth it, especially when there's any kind of special on it.
Yeah,
Completely
I got it
worth
for
it.
my wife because it's got a lot of games for her to play.
Nice. Yeah, and for instance, one of my very favorite games of the year, Warhammer Vermintide 2, is free on Game Pass, and I think everybody should try it out and get excited about it. It's a co-op game. It's kind of hard. It's easier than the first game though, so there's that.
Hey, He has been
90%
playing
of
that.
games, huh? That's a tall statement. You must not have a lot of time for life.
What did I just do? There's a guy dancing around. I don't know what's happening. Ah! This buzzer is destroying everything. I don't know what's happening. There's some health though. I do need that. Oh god, and they're shooting me more. Thank you for shooting me more.
Get the health. Get the health.
Ah! I don't understand what my objective is in this room. This game, obviously it would be easier to understand if you weren't streaming, so please forgive me for not being very good at it, you guys. It is a little confusing and unintuitive in general, though, I would say. Which is fine.
All
for
I'm
a
hearing are
game.
excuses here, Paul.
Yep, man. Yep.
Cleaners.
What's the response? The get good.
It says
Yeah.
there's one cleaner left, but we don't. But it also said not to kill the cleaner, so I just cannot figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to kill the gun guy. That's probably what it is.
Probably supposed to kill the turret.
There we go. That did it. Yes, we figured it out.
Nice.
All right, thank you. Icky, did you say if you're going to be able to play Overcooked 2 later? Because I got another friend who wants to play with us. Heaven Smile's asking about what they're doing with Master Chief Collection, because they do keep upgrading it.
They're
So no doubt.
adding
It's mostly
something to it.
multiplayer.
Yeah. I heard they were adding something to it.
The
It would be
campaigns
cool
were,
if
were
they
already
added
great.
reach to it,
Yes, they really should do that. That would,
because that's the only one they're missing.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
they could call it like Game of the Year edition or something, and get a whole bunch of new sales.
That would be a smart idea.
Oh no, they're adding the 4K enhancements, or they already done that.
That's one of the things they've done recently, but I think they're actually just testing multiplayer stuff lately. Like, I get invites to it, but I don't do anything with it. I don't know what I just did. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I can, oh, I see, I can, you cut that out.
Yeah, maybe they'll just keep adding Halo games to it. Like they can add Reach in 5.
Oh god! Yeah, I'm gonna die.
You're running out of
was-
boxes.
Yeah, that's not good.
I was reading an
Whoa.
article that Halo Infinity, is that what it's called? The new
Infinite.
Infinite.
Infinite,
It's basically Halo 6, so it's like continuation. So it's not like a spin-off or anything.
Yeah,
Which
they just don't wanna
I
use-
figured it was 6, but I guess people need to see numbers.
Right, yeah.
It's because they don't want to scare people away who haven't played the ones before it. That's just a modern trend. Like, movies don't have numbers in them quite often nowadays because of the same reason. Okay, I have no idea how to kill this guy, but let's find out. That didn't do anything. He didn't like my little dancing guy I can make.
They've had what? Besides the RTS games, what, one spin-off?
Well, they've had the 2 third-person
Halo Wars.
shooters. No, don't forget Spartan Assault and whichever one came after that.
The mobile games.
Not good
That would
games,
count.
but I mean they put the Halo name on them.
Huh.
All right.
Because then, if you want to do that, then you have to count the arcade game too. Then.
Well, you could, except it's not something people can buy, so that makes it count less. Let's see, there's something back there. What's back here?
Which supposedly is really good. I've heard people say they really like it, which is like, well, too bad an arcade's not around here.
Speaking of which, Tyler is in an arcade right now. A barcade.
Yeah,
Is it a barcade?
Arcade.
Kind of like Dave and Buster's, I would guess, where they serve booze
Well-
but also have video games.
It's popular in San Francisco.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just put a bunch of arcade cabinets and have it in a bar.
Yeah, I
it's
went
like
to one.
retro arcade games.
One
Well,
time.
sometimes they have new stuff too. But
Oh,
Yeah, it
I've
depends.
never been to one, so I don't know.
I mean, they're
usually they'll have like Twitch up on like a projector as well. I've seen at other ones.
Neat.
Cool.
they're worth
But I've never
going
been
to.
in one. But I've seen people talk about it. And I'm like, I wish one was here.
Yeah, I've been to them. One time I went to San Francisco and won PR, my very favorite PR company in the world, because they are the best. But they wined and dined me at a barcade. That was fun. It wasn't because they were promoting any particular game. It was just like making friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was making friends with you. And yeah, ever since then I've always had a great relationship with them. So that was terrific. And yes, that is the kind of, you can say that's the kind of thing where you feel differently because they were nice to you. But, I mean, that's a lot of, especially when you're covering indie games, like the PR people need a connection to the journalist. And they made a connection with me, and we have that. And it doesn't mean that I review games and give them a free pass or something. I never do that. But it just, like, they want the coverage at all. They want the attention. And they get attention from you because you have a relationship with them. It just gets their foot in the door, sort of.
It's hard to have a retro arcade nowadays because it's really hard to get the systems and keep them up
You
and
have
running.
to build your own and emulate them.
And,
Oh.
well,
Is the best way to
that's,
do them.
yeah, for classic
Really?
games, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, you have to do it legally. But there's boards you can buy and stuff that have,
Mhm.
like, lots of games on them already, and they are licensed.
Wow.
Like, I mean, you could probably just buy some classic NESs and classic SNESs and build a cabinet around them. That'd be the legal way.
Kotaku has been ran an article about whether it's NES or NES, and they have sources that say both things. Cheap sensor
Because
boost.
Japanese don't stick to whatever. They can rename stuff all they want. They're not too picky about continuity.
You can still find Street Fighter 2 arcade games in Malaysia? Dang, Icky.
Yeah, no, they still make them
Nice.
even now. Like you can
Yeah.
buy a Street Fighter. You can buy There's like a little mini arcade that you can buy online that just came out, and it's like got like 3 Street Fighter games on it. Although the ones they picked are kind of dumb. Like it's missing, I think it's missing Turbo and Super Turbo or something like that. But
That's weird.
yeah, but still, you can play some Street Fighter 2s on it.
And then some of the arcades, I believe, there's ways to copy them, and some of them have moved them to newer hardware, so that way they can just keep them going. But I'm not sure about that one.
I don't know. Most of those old arcade hardware boards are very, very custom stuff.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, now it's easy to make an arcade cabinet.
Oh, that's
you just
funny.
put in a Pi or small Linux computer and
I don't know if
load up
Jordan's
whatever you want.
Yeah,
That has benefits and drawbacks. The
I s-
Pis aren't that fast. You're better off with just a PC.
yeah. I'm holding out for a nicer one still. They still haven't released the 4 yet, have they, Brian?
The what? Oh, the Pi 4? No. Maybe next
Someday.
year.
Yeah, Jordan says that he plays Smite and Gems of War. I don't know if he's being serious or not, but Gems of War is a game that is so engrossing you could play it all day every
Gems
day
of
if
War
you
is
like it.
very popular. Wasn't
Yeah.
there some librarian that spent lots of money on it?
Actually, I think that was like one of the. I think it was a different kind of game. I don't think it was Gems of War, but I could be wrong.
It just reminded me of the time when at my university, when the student government president embezzled like $50,000 from the university for his gambling.
Yeah.
Jeez. There
Those-
was a librarian that just got hit with like 90 grand in embezzlement for some stupid mobile game.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. But that's the thing, free-to-play games can get an unhealthy hold on people, so you have to be careful. My
It's
general
like
advice
gambling.
is, I would say just don't ever try free-to-play games, and you'll probably be better off in your life. But then again, Gems of
You
War,
get
man.
tired of them. They're designed for you to put in money every set
Mhm.
amount of time. It's
Yeah, some of them are better than others. Like I said, Gems of War. I mean, if you were going to play that seriously, I would buy something for it. You know, maybe a couple times. But then you probably could just have all the fun you ever want without ever buying it again.
it's all whale based. They go after the whales, and then that's how they are able to survive.
Very true, very true. Whoops, just did it. Yeah.
I don't know if arcade games are dead dark player. I think if you go to like a Dave and
still
Buster's,
being- they're just not as big as they were, say the late
they're
80s.
not
or
arcades.
90s.
Yeah, I mean, compared to what they used to be like, you could call them dead, but they're not
There
really
used
dead.
to be, there was arcades in like every
Who is this,
decently
boss fight?
sized mall, shopping center.
Yep.
Oh
true.
yeah.
Like they
It's
were as
kind of
common as
fun.
movie theaters.
It's kind of fun to go to like a Dave and Buster's because they have this big versions of like mobile games or things that you know you play elsewhere, and now it's like, oh, and I can play this life-size game of, I don't know, Connect 4 or whatever.
I'm at a boss, you guys, or something.
Oh,
They're the
boy.
ones I think that have the new Halo game.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I can't tell
Mhm.
what this is actually.
This looks kind of weird.
I mean, it's got a skull on the map.
It's a happy face.
I bet Doctor Who is inside.
Uh-oh. I gotta figure out something to do with this cleaner. There's 2 cleaners left, but
Stab it to those doors that are glowy.
are there glowy doors? Or you mean the
Yeah, the
building
yellow
itself?
ones.
That's the thing, it doesn't do anything. So do I not have the right thing equipped? Can I back out of the room? No, I cannot. So there must be something I can do.
Yeah, you have all the tools you need in this room because you can't get out.
Supposedly.
You haven't noticed any issues missed by that much. That,
Oh, nice.
Poor little thing's probably just not that fast.
Hey, Dr. Sabota's here! Guys, everybody should be sure to tell Dr. Sabota how much you like our new stream logo. You know, when the stream is not online now, you will see the stream logo. And eventually we'll have it in the stream intro and different things like that. So that is all thanks to Dr. Sabota's hard work, and he did a great job of bringing my original design to life. Ooh,
Cool.
okay, we just got it to run it. Cube Kong, the Amos Cleaner Carrier. Oh god, what is... Now we're fighting the boss, and I don't know what I can possibly do to fight him.
Yeah, but I told you it was going
Ah!
to be an unhappy
Ah!
face.
What the heck do I do?
Control him into the laser walls, maybe?
My things don't do anything to him.
The
The lasers go on and off.
Walls.
When they
Yeah,
go off,
think
can I do something? Nope. 3 cleaners left now. Man, there were only 2 left before. Thank you, Jono and Pictaport. Jono and Pictaport and Jordan. Everybody's congratulating Dr. Sabota because he did do a very.
There you go. There's something to control into it.
Yeah. Throw
Everything
those guys at him.
He just killed them all. I don't. Oh God.
You gotta be faster, Paul.
This is hard. Maybe if I
Yeah, and I
understood
feel
the
like
game
it
mechanics
might be
better.
you'll have to attack the white parts when they're open because that looks suspicious.
Alright. Can I control this one? No, can't control him. I can't control either one of these guys, so that's not good.
Yeah, because the white parts open right after he releases those guys.
Oh, heck. Got some health, that's good.
Hmm.
Game could be mean and not give me health, and that would suck. I wish I had better dodging options besides just jumping. So I can get those guys will follow me around, but none of my things do anything to them. So this is why I'm having a hard time. I got him to run into one of those things that fell, and that didn't do anything. I don't even know what those things I pick up do. I think it's just money, probably. Cleaners left 4. There's more and more cleaners. This is not
He
making me
keeps
happy.
making more. That's
Yeah,
why.
and I
Yeah.
don't have any. None of my things control them like they used to. So just get him to
When they
shoot them,
shoot
right?
at you, they
Yeah. Okay.
fire
Get him to kill them all.
backwards.
Yeah. Get him to kill them all. That seems to be it. Maybe. There's one left now. Then he's gonna make more. And then I don't know.
He's the one left.
Yeah,
By the way.
and Dr. Sabota, by the way, he wants. I mean, he is like working on his ideas for the animations and things for the stream. But right now, I am very busy because of having just started my teaching class, and I'm a little. The thing is, guys, they hired me 2 days before school started, so it's actually like I'm playing a lot of catch up right now. Like I am teaching classes and stuff, but every day is like, oh man, I got to do so much stuff to get ready for the next day. Like it's really tough. I love it, but it's tough. I'm at a disadvantage compared to the other teachers who went back 2 weeks before. So
Wow, that's a pretty big disadvantage there.
yeah, but
Yep.
the reason why they hired me so late, I died. The reason why they hired me so late in the game is because another teacher left suddenly. Achievement already.
No, the teacher probably got another
That
job
was-
last minute too.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and well, just thank goodness. If I could, I would send that teacher a present because they, she made my life so much better by making the opening for me. So thank you for that, lady.
That's good.
Okay. Boy, this gameplay is stressful.
The little bots fly backwards when they shoot, so maybe you have to get them to shoot at you and ram into the other thing.
That could be.
Ending, Styx is dead. They're counting that as an ending. That's weird. Good luck, everybody. Good luck.
Yes, indeed.
Quick restart. Where do I go back? And why do
I feel
they
like
say
you're gonna go back to the beginning
It should mean respawn, not restart. That
because
doesn't
there
sound
is
good.
10 endings.
Oh lordy.
Yep, you have 1 out of 10 endings unlocked.
Well, this doesn't look good. Is this actually a roguelike, guys? Did I not know it was a roguelike?
I don't know.
Because look at this. I am back at the very start.
Oh, that doesn't bode well.
On the plus side, that means there will be rooms that I can understand and not bust my brain over.
Uh,
Because we've got 25 more minutes of stream to do.
behave, Jono.
Jono! What's he doing? Oh.
Being silly.
Hey, he should get a prize just for that, for being silly.
Give him a timeout.
Oh,
I ban him! Never again shall he be here.
I'm drinking Diet Powerade tonight. What are you guys drinking?
Nothing, because I drank it all.
Powerade Zero, they call it, because Powerade's Coca-Cola's brand.
That's not true. Brian and I had shots of tequila in Florida.
Okay,
We
need to
had
keep.
let's.
Had shots of tequila.
I think
Oh,
the
yeah,
Master app
totally.
was uninstalled, you guys. I think that's why I couldn't control those robots. If I could have controlled them, perhaps things would have been dramatically easier. Who knows? I never chose to uninstall it. I don't know what's happening, like when I do anything.
Oh
but-
yeah, you didn't have any apps. You just had 2 blank buttons.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was weird.
Yep.
Did it take them away intentionally, or is it because I did something wrong? Who knows?
Oh.
Yep. None of us really knows. Can I do anything else up here? I don't think so. There's somebody to talk to in there. Talk to Cube data point. Oh. One message scanned to your drone. Yeah, how do I read these messages that are in my drone? Oh, that's how. Don't tell Styx. Weird. Okay, so it's a message to Styx's relative or something from Mom and Dad. Her family has been killed, by the way. That's the story.
Aw.
Sad.
Yeah. That's what they get for living in this goofy world. Mitch is having cran raspberry with seltzer. Any alcohol in there, Mitch? Or you having a, what do you call that? A virgin mixed drink, basically? That's what it sounds like. Alright, clean the room as fast as you can. 13 seconds, and I don't know what. That doesn't
Come on,
do
Paul.
anything.
Chop, chop.
I can't find anything that'll break these.
Lip of faith.
I can move them around, but so yeah, the level is actually different, which is cool. But I don't see what to run this into to kill it. Oh, that killed
box.
one. Room cleared. I did it. Yes, USA.
Yay.
Right on. Thank you.
To
Guys.
get hang of it.
Yeah. So Alejandro and Brian, I understand you guys had a date recently.
Indeed.
That's right.
Yeah, tell
With
us
each
about
other?
that. Tell the viewers. Yeah, everybody who uses our Discord, which everyone should use, but so many people don't seem to be willing to try chat. But guys, yeah, we have a Discord server where we all keep in touch daily throughout the week, so it is a great way to keep in touch with your host, with your co-hosts, with everybody. But anyway, we all heard about Brian and Alejandro meeting. They took pictures of their food and their socks for some reason. I don't know what was that. Yeah,
I wasn't wearing any socks.
So tell us, I guess first
Damn
we should
tourists.
talk about your trip, Alejandro. What happened to get you over there?
Well, long story short, but I was gonna go on vacation to the Gulf Coast, and I found out last minute that there was a big red tide, and Florida actually declared like state of emergency now because it's pretty bad. So
Yep.
Brian comes to the rescue. Like I'm freaking out because I'm like, where can I go with the family on vacation? What can I drive to? And Brian is like, well, you just can drive across Florida to the Atlantic coast, and so thanks to his recommendation, vacation was saved, and we managed to get lunch together, which was awesome.
That's great. And Brian has also met Tyler. So far, Brian has met more people from the stream than... No, he's met the same number of people, because I met Maze, who hasn't been coming since he moved back to Indiana. But also Maze has gotten very eccentric in the last few years.
Yep.
So
I don't know. Maybe there's something going on there because I don't know why he moved from Texas back to Indiana. It seems a little weird.
Well, he
he's
may have
having
lost his
some
job or
family
something.
issues.
Yeah.
he was
No,
working
he
at
was like a-
Amazon's distribution center in Texas.
They were trying to give him a promotion, and I think he turned it down.
Wow. Yeah, that's different.
Well, because they make you work a lot.
But yeah, he was really cool in person, but on the other hand, yeah, he has gotten more and more eccentric, no offense. So that sometimes was a little bit of a challenge for us as his friends. But besides that, I also met Light Cycle, also known as No Time for Games, and he stopped coming here when he started talking to my ex-girlfriend, which is like, I was totally happy with them talking to each other because, you know, I want them both to be happy, so that was perfectly fine with me. But he stopped coming, so that's a shame.
Weird.
Yeah.
I almost met the other Bob, Royal Bob, because
Yeah.
we don't live too far away,
He
but
fell
we
through.
haven't. It's just that getting to where he lives, there's like all this like speed traps, because yeah. So I
Alejandro made the traditionally 2-hour drive in an hour and 10 minutes.
Way to go,
Oh, yeah,
Jordan.
can you imagine Mexican guy driving through this? Like, no, I probably would have been deported.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you would.
I feel for
I
you.
don't know.
Yeah.
Illinois is a fairly liberal state, so you probably
Well,
are.
yeah, but since our country's been taken over by the Russians, things are hard.
That's right.
Eh,
They don't appreciate us hackers.
jeez.
It's because they fail to follow my general advice of don't hate, appreciate. Oh, and by the way, guys, that's a fun thing about my class that I thought I would share with you all. You know, like every teacher of public school, you know, of kids, needs to have a way to get their students' attention. And, you know, like it's a way that you do all the time. It has to be consistent, and that trains the students to shut up when you need them to. And so my way is I say don't hate, and they have to say appreciate. It's so fun. I love it. So Saturday Game School lives on in the classroom,
Brainwashing
guys.
them early.
Yep. It's got soon there'll be saluting the flag and everything, and they'll just all stand to attention when Paul walks in.
Oh Lord. I mean, you know,
They'll
here's
be all growing the mustaches and goatees like he has.
I'm kind of, you never know. Here's the thing that is fortunate for me is my fourth period I'm off, and that's the period when everybody has to do the stand for the flag and all that junk.
They make them do that still?
Yes,
There's some
and-
schools, especially in Texas.
Yes,
it's-
not
good
only
grief.
first we do the Pledge of Allegiance, which is fine. You know, I think the Pledge of Allegiance is really good, except for the under God part. But so we've got the Pledge of Allegiance, which I mean, in fact, I wish every member of Congress, particularly the Republican members of Congress, took the Pledge of Allegiance a little more seriously, because you know a certain number of them are actively trying to cede control of our country to Russia, which is horrible, and it's not just a that's not a conspiracy theory. It is real, backed up by facts. But anyway, so we have that. Then we have to pledge. We have to honor the Texas flag, and like I didn't memorize that as a kid, so
Really?
it's a newer thing. Yeah, now we
Yeah,
have
that's
to
a
do
Texas
that.
Yeah, that's,
thing.
I guess it's
That's
a newer
weird.
thing. I
Yeah.
didn't do that when I was little.
And that's
Then
got
they feed everybody steaks, right? It's like, okay, let's eat your steaks.
under God stuff in it too, which again I think church and state should be 100% separate. And you know, fundamentalist religious people don't believe in the separation of church and state. They basically just want people to be forced into whatever they do, which is against the principles of our country. But you know, try telling that to them who lack critical thinking skills.
And most kids don't even
Ah.
pay attention. They're just like
Yeah.
blah 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 blah.
That is true.
blah.
And after that, you have like a minute of silence, which is their discreet way of slipping prayers into schools because they want the kids to be praying, you know. And again, I don't think that's great either. But I don't have kids during that time, so none of that affects me very much, thankfully. And I wonder, boy, I need some life. Is there any way for me to jump up here safely? Let's find that out.
It's kind of religious. It can offend people.
What, the moment of silence?
The
It-
under God part.
Oh, yeah, no, it absolutely is religious. Like, what if you don't believe in God? Then that is all nonsense to you, and it's not fair to those people. But, and, you know, however, like, the primary, most common religions, you got Mormonism, Christianity, Catholic, which is a branch of Christianity, really. It's actually the original branch. And Judaism, they all basically believe in the same, and obviously Islam, they all believe in the same main God, although they take it in way different directions. But yeah, for people who are not parts of those religions, and there are other religions with totally different gods, it is not fair to them.
Like the Eastern.
Sometimes plural
Mhm.
gods.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sometimes even less common, but those people, they, you know, like we all deserve the same level of treatment, and so the way you avoid being unfair to those people and people like me who are agnostic is to, you know, keep church and state separate, keep that religion out of school. It doesn't belong there. You know, it's not fair to force that on kids, especially on kids who can't think, who are still developing their critical thinking skills and who can't make good life decisions on their own. You need 2 hack boxes to bypass it. Oh boy, so this game has a really interesting structure. Oh yeah, even Scientology, they do not believe in the same God. Haha.
Oh boy.
Theirs is one of the more complex ones. Like, what is it? Jehovah's.
Again, Jehovah, they technically believe in the same God, but their belief system is totally different, like way different. Just like Mormonism also, but even more different than Mormonism. And, you know, Tyler is a Mormon, guys, wink, because he lives in Utah.
Goes both ways, picked
Yeah.
apart.
Oh. Yeah,
Issued a statement
no.
recently. You can no longer call them.
You
Your
can no
microphone
longer
keeps
do what-
breaking.
He just
Yeah.
disappeared.
I muted because was it Alejandro? Yeah, what were you saying, Alejandro?
I was saying there was a recent change to that church. They are no longer wanting to be called Mormons.
Oh, really? What are they
called
changing their
then?
name to? That any name or just no?
They just shortened the name because it was like the Church of the
Latter-day Saints. Is that what?
yeah.
I thought those were
So-
two slightly different branches.
I thought
of
it was
the same
too.
thing.
I thought the Saints was
Same
just a
group.
branch of that one.
Nope, same group.
It's the same group, but,
Interesting.
but yeah, they're dropping the Mormon. What do you call it?
Yeah.
The use of that. Yeah.
But guys, you know, Picked Apart mentions that states impose their will on the church, and that has always been a thing because, like, your church has to obey the laws of the land, and that's true of England or Japan, anywhere in the world. Whatever the churches are, they have to obey the laws of the land. Otherwise, we would still have human and animal sacrifices and all kinds of crazy things. And like, I think the issue that Picked Apart is maybe thinking of is that fundamentalist Christian churches want to be able to discriminate against gay people, and trans people, etc. And yeah, they're still somewhat protected by that in the U.S. Although I think our current leadership is going to erode that more and more until they get voted out finally. But but yeah, the laws of the land do come first, and that's like. And again, there's people who think it shouldn't. There's people who think that the church should basically make the laws of the land, but that's not America. Like, America has always been separation
because
of
it was
church and
founded
state.
by religiously prosecuted people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Persecuted
Yep.
people. Right. And so.
Persecuted. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, there's individual churches where they don't think it should be that way. There's individual churches who wish they were making the rules for the government. But we're all protected. We're all better off with churches not being able to do that, no matter how much certain ones would like to do that. So and I hope we're not offending
assembly,
anybody.
right? Freedom of assembly, but it's sometimes sad that some of those assemblies try to go under the mask of whether it is religion or some supposed civility cause to try to rally their own causes. So
it's all
Nice.
a balance.
Nice,
that's
Alejandro.
what it's meant to be.
Yeah, we're having
Yep.
this is some very heady conversation tonight, and I hope we're not offending anybody. Nobody
Yeah, and
should be
that's one of the
offended. We're
reasons-
keeping it pretty neutral, I think.
They don't want the churches to force their beliefs as a law to the country.
Yeah, because if you're not a part of that same church, it is really unfair to you. And yes, a lot of churches have this idea that only their way is right, and that doesn't mix well with the United States concept of being fair and open to all religions and people from all places, which is what our country was founded on, whether or not our
There's
current
no such
leadership
thing as
agrees with it.
natural law.
Yeah, that's true. I really don't understand why I can't just take over this robot and make him move the way I want him.
Because he's a
to
different
move.
color.
I think he has to open, like
What do I
try
do
to
here?
attack you for you to take
Oh
over
yeah,
him?
like jump down and is there like a
Okay.
easier thing to jump on where you could control him quickly and then jump on?
Oh, that actually was it. Good call. Boom. Took care of him. Good job. Yeah, and no, guys, we do have some members of like alternative lifestyles and sexualities in our audience, so I hope everyone will always be, cool to those people. I don't think it's cool to discriminate against people at all, and that is a rule of my classroom, is no homophobic language and things like that. On Monday, I'm doing a presentation about like basically the class rules and guidelines, because we've been
You
developing
gotta do that when you start.
Yeah, I started so late, guys, so I didn't start with those things already developed like some teachers would have. So I've been working on a presentation and the rules and, like I've got a sheet to hand out to them and all that crazy stuff. Let's go fight the boss.
I
No,
would certainly
yeah,
hope no one
no,
is calling
no,
you
Picked
homophobic.
Apart.
No, no.
That wasn't what I meant to say at all. Picked Apart, you're one of my favorite viewers, of course, and I think
That was just an
Player-
example.
Yeah, I think
Like,
Darker
it
Player
wasn't specifically
misunderstood.
saying
Yeah,
anything.
exactly. It was an example of like there are some churches who are mad that they can't be as homophobic as they would like because of national laws, and businesses, etc. So that was the only reason I mentioned that as an example, not
A
because
nun.
of you.
Man, that's dedication there.
Wow.
and family members who are nuns.
Yeah,
I
because
was
that's
born and
that is
raised
pure
Catholic. So
dedication in your life
Yeah.
to do that.
So what can I do with this guy? I
You
can
have
make
a
him-
big commitment there.
Yep. Yeah, that's a big commitment. Dang.
It's honorable, like nuns who are, there's little problems with the Catholic Church where sometimes they'll like cover up for wrongdoing and things like that. But in general, the people who are doing it right, they're like really altruistic and they're just, they live to help people and to celebrate their religion. And I think that's really terrific. Ah, God.
I think the same can be said about
Yes.
pretty much.
Well, it's a little like if you're a part of the system, like in the Catholic Church, you can be a nun and you live on the convent and you have your Pope guy and your, I don't know, your other guys with their silly hats. and they all do a certain, no offense, but they all do a certain thing. Like they have it's a little bit more like it's kind of like being a member of Congress or something. Like it's a little
Yeah,
more
they have
serious.
a hierarchy. I think you're
Yeah,
thinking of
exactly.
cardinals.
That is what I meant. And yeah, like some of those people, like it's built into their organization that they sort of have to try to protect each other, and that has led to some abuses of the law over the years. It doesn't mean like the group as a whole is like fundamentally flawed or anything, but that was the reason
The
why I
actions
pointed it
of
out.
one person does not always mean it's the same
Yeah.
for the whole entire group. They're
But
part of,
when the leadership is bad or has some kind of bad agenda, then that can affect what the whole group does for a while. Like for instance, a lot of countries right now hate America because our leadership
because of Trump.
our leadership has gone bad and is doing some things that are harmful to the rest of the world and even to our own citizens. And that, yeah, it's like Americans as a whole, most of us are good and don't believe in hatefulness and don't believe in racism and things like that. But when our leadership does that, people can fairly criticize our group for that.
Gotta jump better, Paul.
Yes.
I'm not good. This boss fight is really hard. Oh god. I wish I could get some health back. Alright, one cleaner left, but then the other cleaner doesn't come. Chat is scaring me. Lightspeed has... They're not saying anything bad, are they? Or is anybody getting mad at us? If they are, we should stop talking about that stuff. We should stop talking about that
That's
stuff anyway.
how you beat him.
How?
You have to just keep killing the cleaners he sends out.
Yeah,
because he's
and
starting
then
to
he
fall
starts
apart.
losing
All right.
points to, build more, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, just... Alright. Anyway, guys, let's move on to other subjects.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously we do not want to annoy our viewers, any of you. We love you guys all. And, we want you to love each other, but... Okay, God.
Did anybody go buy
Who's that?
Avengers since it came out recently?
To buy what?
Yeah, I got it
Avengers?
in the mail today.
Oh,
I would have showed it off before the stream, but I'm actually so busy that I haven't been able to go out to my mailbox. Isn't that pathetic?
Oh,
But
jeez.
yeah, that's the
I
life I'm
bought
living.
the 4K version. It
I did
seems
as
like
well.
you've lost your master ability.
Yeah, why?
Whoa.
Why did I lose it? I don't understand that element of the mechanics. Like, do I only get it a certain number of times? I think that might be it. Like, you have 10 uses of it because it has like a 10 with a lightning bolt over it. So maybe that was the problem. Maybe I need to go refresh it before I go try to fight the boss. That's interesting.
Maybe.
Okay, Lightspeed Halo, don't get too crazy with the emojis. Yeah. I mean, that's impressively
That's
elaborate.
so much effort to get those multi-lined pictures. It's like the people who would spam the ASCII art.
Right on. Very nice. So before we wrap things up, I wanted to talk about a movie that I watched this week. I didn't get Avengers Infinity War, sadly. I mean, I own it, but I haven't brought it into my apartment yet. We'll show that off next week. Steelbook, of
Jeez,
course.
You lazy bum.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's easy. You just go down there. You got 24 hours a day. That'll take you 5 minutes.
Wife and I are still keeping up with Castle Rock every week. The show is still pretty good, still too mysterious to the point where you wonder when it's going to pay off.
Is it the Hulu one?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. It's the Stephen King show, it's based on the lore of Stephen King, and it combines characters and setting from multiple stories. It's great, and you do not have to be into Stephen King to appreciate it. If you like Twin Peaks and things like that, or even Lost, which I hate to use as an example because I don't like Lost, but it has similarities to those things. And anyway, it is a good show. It's well acted. It is very well shot and directed, and it's interesting. Just too much mystery box right now, but the show, I still enjoy every episode, and as long as it leads to a satisfying payoff, then I think it will have been worth it. Oh, nice. Lightspeed Halo hasn't seen Ant-Man 2 yet. Is it still in theaters where you live, Lightspeed? But anyway, the movie that I watched, that was a TV show, Castle Rock, but I watched Stephen King's Silver Bullet, which is a movie based on a novella or a short story he wrote. It's a werewolf story. You can tell by the name Silver Bullet, right? Stars Gary Busey, Corey Haim, and I think that's all the famous people in it. Corey Haim, who died, but he was he was a big actor in the 80s. good werewolf story. I want to say Wolverine for some reason.
I know. I was like, oh, cool Wolverine movie, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
No, it is a really well-made movie. It's a little bit bloody, but I think it's a good family movie. Like if you had a kid and you don't mind them seeing blood in movies, which I pretty much don't unless it's really gross, then like it's actually not a bad family movie because it kind of reminds me of like Steven Spielberg 80s type movies, or like The Goonies, E.T., things like that, where it's kids getting in an adventure because it's basically kids pitted against this werewolf, but there's adult characters too. It's just one werewolf who is a total jerk and who is like, killing people in this town and just ruining the town for everybody. Really good movie, and the sheriff from this movie plays the first warden in the Castle Rock TV show. So it has this cool Castle Rock connection. And I got that on sale for $5 on Vudu one time, so that's good movie. I recommend it if you haven't seen it.
Silver Bullet could also reference a car or a train.
Oh, yeah, Icky, can you change Heaven Smiles entry before you run it? Wait, what'd you say? Trains can be Silver Bullet? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually a movie called Silver Bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor.
No, but there's also
a different Silver Bullet.
reference to
Interesting. That's why it
cars or
says
trains.
That's why it
Yeah.
says Stephen King's in it. Well, check it out.
Mhm.
There's more than one Silver Bullet in the story because there's a kid in a wheelchair who is one of the protagonists. His wheelchair is called the Silver Bullet. So, boom. Yeah, it has multiple meanings. But there is
Just-
a real Silver Bullet too.
Just a little explanation for how the contest works. You could try to enter multiple times, but it's only going to take your last entry. So it doesn't increase your odds.
No, it just changes
Right
your
on.
platform.
Yeah, and everybody, please remember to check out my review and leave a positive comment on it because that helps me and it also helps the stream because keeping up relationships with game publishers is a big part of how we get the free games to give you guys every week. It is important. It is very little effort. It doesn't cost you any money to read the articles and leave comments, so please actually do it.
I should say I actually watched Infinity War on my flight from Florida to and from
neat.
Florida. They
Wow.
had it on the Delta Entertainment Center. So yeah.
Have you seen enough of the movies to understand it, Alejandro? Because I think, like, my
Yes.
manager at the hotel, he had not, so, like, he was actually left confused by it. And
Who's the
really?
green
They did-
guy?
Oh yeah.
Not wanting to
I
see the
actually
movie.
rewatched a whole bunch of
Yeah,
them in
it's-
preparation for Infinity War. So yeah.
You just
Nice.
don't get any character backstory.
Yeah,
Thanos goes way back, like to the first Avengers movie. So you have to.
yeah.
And I read the actual story on comics, so when that happened to understand who he was. So
Oh, neat.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't read... Well, I've read a few comics with Thanos in them, but not the key ones like Infinity Gauntlet or anything.
Read the one where Thanos has a helicopter.
Yeah, I love
He did. They
that.
gave him a helicopter.
Yeah, back in the 70s. So that was
Oh,
cool.
the 70s.
Heaven smile, don't say that. Lightspeed Halo, you're still full of bean dip on that. I think Lightspeed Halo just likes to troll a little bit. The Infinity War is made for people who follow the Marvel movies. If you do not follow them, or if you've only seen like the other Avengers movies, that's not enough to fully appreciate that movie.
You'll be completely lost. You're like, hey, who's the guy in the black suit? and who's the green guy?
It's
And-
all just action anyways. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, like if you haven't seen Black Panther specifically, you can still enjoy the movie. My wife had not seen Black Panther, and
Really?
she still liked it a lot. She should have seen it.
She's missing out on a lot of what's going on.
Well, she's had a negative effect on on my movie going experience in general since we got together.
Leave her ass at home.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had to for Black Panther. But, she did see Ant-Man 2 with me, thankfully, and I forget if we saw any of the other ones together. Freebird.
Ant-Man
still
what the
haven't
heck is
seen it
that?
because it hasn't been available here, so I won't see it till next month.
Those are the only two I have not seen. The Ant-Man.
Ant-Man 2 is great. I mean, I like part 1 a lot too, but part 2 is probably a little better.
Who plays Ant-Man? Is that Will Arnett or who plays Ant-Man?
No, it's what is
Paul
his name,
Rudd.
guys? Paul Rudd, thank
Paul
you.
Rudd.
Yep.
Yeah, I should know
Always
that.
Terrible
confuse
with
those two.
names.
Yeah. They kind of look like
God.
them.
Yeah, so I got a different... Without the master one, your life is just a lot harder in this game. And the fact that it runs out is frustrating too. Decoy's not bad, but master's a lot better. That's cool, Lightspeed Halo. Yeah, guys, Monday through Friday from now on, I have to wake up at about 4:30 in the morning to get ready for school.
Dang.
Yeah. So
That's rough.
yeah, wake up severely early. I stay at my school until 3 to 4 o'clock, and then I go do my after-school program for 2 hours. So my Monday through Friday is very busy now, and even when I get home, quite often I still have preparation stuff to do for school the next day. Like, it's so crazy busy. I love it. It's very satisfying and stimulating. But yeah, it keeps me tired. I haven't been able to play any games this week. Like, oh gosh, I have so many games I want to play. Graveyard Keeper, Sonic Mania Plus, other things. And yeah, so I missed that part of it. I'm glad I can hang out with you guys on Saturdays. Thankfully, oh, by the way, and I'm still working at the hotel for at least the next 4 weeks because I don't start getting
You still need a
paid.
paycheck.
Yeah, I don't get paid by
Jeez.
the school for a month, so I still need those paychecks to pay my bills.
So then when he gets his certificate and gets after a month, he can quit the hotel and just have the school.
Yeah, and no more graveyards ever again, and I cannot wait for that, guys, because after 11 years, I'm real sick of graveyards, and I can't believe... Shame on me for allowing myself to be stuck with graveyards for that long, but finally I've seen the
Jeez.
light, and I know not to do that anymore.
See, then you'll get the more family time as well.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, like, the long days, because of the after-school program, I've committed to them for a year, so I'm going to be with that for a while. It makes my days longer, but it is real good for me as a teacher to have that experience.
It's also the extra money.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah, and again, right now I need the extra money. I need all the money I can get. If just with working at the hotel 2 nights a week, I wouldn't have enough to make the bills until I get my teacher paycheck. So, yeah, that's just the rough reality of it, is that I have to do everything I can. I got to hustle to earn that money.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's not much longer, guys, and then my life's going to be so much better. And, you know, our dedicated viewers of the stream have followed along, and, you know, you guys probably were here when I talked about going to teaching classes and all that. So, isn't it cool that I finally achieved those goals? I really made it happen.
Indeed. It's very good.
Proud of you, man.
Thank you. Thank you all for your support. You guys are a great audience and great friends. And we're back in this room again. I don't love this room. What is Darker Player talking about? Is he talking about The Longest Day? What movie is that?
I don't
Is that the
know.
football one?
Yeah, that's The Longest
Or
Yard.
is that the Al Pacino one?
I don't watch a lot of movies, so I don't know.
Yes, and shame on you, Brian.
What
By
is
the-
what is the
I'm lazy.
the premise in one sentence?
Yeah, let us know, Darker Player. But, you know, another show
And a
that
short
came
sentence,
out this
not,
week
not a
that
long one.
I didn't get to watch Disenchanted yet, you guys. Some of the people, including Royal Bob, who sadly refused to answer when I asked him to co-host today. But a lot of people have been watching Disenchanted, Matt Groening's new show that just came out on Netflix, and it's the successor to
it's a
Futurama. Yeah,
Yeah,
anyway,
if you're a Futurama fan, I'm betting Disenchanted's going to be really good.
probably so. I
Oh,
love
it's
Futurama.
it's a
so-
medieval show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a fantasy
Oh,
but it's a cartoon, and it's still a comedy, but it tells a real serialized
Very much
story.
in the vein of Futurama.
Yeah, so that's going to be great.
Because you can
Hey,
tell
Chris.
that from the trailer.
Oh yeah, by the
So
way,
unless
everybody.
they-
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure. I mean, people are saying it's good. Like, it gets better as it goes along. So you got to finish the whole season, but you will enjoy it by the end of it. I mean, or it'll have you hooked.
Cool.
But
I'll have to watch
Panjaman
that.
is here, and I really wanted to wish him a happy birthday. You know, Panjaman is our oldest viewer and our oldest Neverwinter Guild member, as a matter of fact. So he is a real cool dude. He has read a lot of Dungeons and Dragons novels and stuff. Has always enjoyed video games. He's a great guy, and thank you very much for your support, Panjaman. And we're glad to have you with us for another year.
But only another year.
Well, you
That's
know,
it.
we got to celebrate. Let's just celebrate our milestones.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
that was not hopeful, Paul.
No.
Paul's just like, yep, another year only. Yep.
Yeah. Way to go. Mitch wishes him a happy birthday. Icky already did. I know when the actual birthday happened. And yeah, I didn't get to see him that time because I was at the wedding. So here he is. Aw, good man. Guys, we've been streaming Subaeria from Studio Illogica. It is a very unique puzzle platformer with a kind of a twin stick shooter perspective, but it's not a twin stick shooter. There's no shooting at all. Very challenging, interesting game. The level layouts are randomized, so it is a bit of a roguelike, and there's lots of neat things to unlock. Very cool game, a little hard for me as a streamer, but I know you guys who won the codes at home will have an easier time with it. And if you buy it, it's not too expensive. It's on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam. And Studio Logica gave us a lot of codes. They were really supportive of the stream. We appreciate that. Thank you, Brian, Alejandro, and Bob Jones for co-hosting.
Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure.
So we had a whole lot of people talking on mic tonight. That's fun. We eventually veered off into some serious subjects, but stuff that I think they're things that everybody really should think about. You shouldn't really plug your ears and just be unaware of what's happening in the world and in your own country. That's not good for you. Yeah. Oh, Icky asks how old Panjaman is. I'm interested in knowing that as well. If he feels like sharing, you know.
Yeah, not everybody does. So if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, and what game are we streaming next week, you guys? Is it Eventide 3? I think that's what it is.
I only know what you're streaming like 3 weeks from now. Because you made me play it.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian is... Oh, that guy, that's cold. Brian is going to definitely be co-hosting when we do our Slime Son Super Slime Edition stream. Yes, Panjaman is 80. That is so amazing to have.
80? Dang.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, that's what a cool guy he is. Because, the older you are, the less likely you are to have given video games a chance and to give streaming a chance and things like that. But there are always cool people. I mean, I'm older too now, But I mean, there's always cool people who are willing to try new things, even though it's not what most people in their age group do. And we've got one of them here with us every week.
Twitch is definitely not an octogenarian's pastime.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard enough to get people...
Yeah, their demographic of users that age, it's like, they're very tiny.
Guys, it's hard enough to get people in their 30s to check out our channel. There's people who just make up their mind that streaming is not for them. They've never seen a stream in their lives. They have no idea, but they just will not try it. So, yeah, everybody who tries our stream and likes it, we love you guys. Yeah, it's excellent.
I work at a university, and the amount of students that come in who have never even seen an iPad or know what Twitch is or any of this other stuff. It's really shocking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising.
There's still some that haven't played any video games.
And these are kids that 22, 23, 25. It's just you grew up with this stuff. How do you not know about it?
Yeah, so that kind of thing still happens. But especially people who didn't grow up with it, whose peers didn't do that thing, are way less likely to give it a shot. No matter, even if it would appeal to them, they don't know it because they are not willing to open their mind up to it. So that sucks. All right, guys, we'll be back next week. We're definitely streaming a game from Artifex Mundi. I believe it's called Eventide 3. We have Xbox One codes to give out and a random Steam code.
Those games are always fun.
Yeah, they're fun. It's been quite a while since we streamed one, so that'll be neat. It's a hidden object puzzle adventure game, so basically a game that anybody can play. And they're nice and relaxing. I really enjoy them. And I got all the achievements in one of them one time. So thanks for watching, everybody. We love you guys. Please make sure you are a member of the newsletter and that you actually read it when it gets sent to you every week. Join us next Saturday, and whatever you do, don't hate, appreciate.
Have a good one.
Laters.
That dirty SOB Tyler skipped out on us.
Oh God, that Tyler.